Good morning, welcome to Monday Moments with Fran. I hope you are doing well. Over the weekend, I had my childhood best friend come and visit. Her name's Sharon, and we spent some quality time together. We ate out, we went to the spa, and we spent a lot of time talking, laughing, and remembering stuff from our childhood. You know, there are things that she would tell me that I had no idea, you know, some of those quite embarrassing stories that only those who know you really, really well can share. And it was such a beautiful time of fellowship. And that's really the inspiration for today's Monday Moments, because everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody that they can laugh with, they can play with, they can pray with, someone that they can actually be connected to and share. Life is never meant to be lived by yourself. We're meant to live in fellowship with other people. And I think over the weekend, it really struck me how valuable it was to have somebody, you know, who's known me for almost 30 years, just be able to have that conversation and that laughter. And I had pulled out some really old letters, you know, over 20 years old, these letters that we'd written to each other when we were at school. And it was just really, really funny remembering the stories, remembering the history, remembering how far we've come. And also we were talking about, you know, where we're at now in our varying seasons of life. She's a married mum and just sharing different life stories, and it was so valuable. And I want us to be reminded that we are not meant to do life by ourselves. We're called to live in communion with other people. Sometimes we might sit and think, well, how come no one contacts me, or no one checks up on me, no one cares? But actually, we can be the ones to care, to check up on other people, because that's what friendship and relationship is about. It's a two-way thing. And so this week, my encouragement is be intentional to cultivate healthy relationships, healthy friendships. If there's somebody that you are missing and you haven't spoken to them in a while, give them a call, find out how they're doing, and, you know, make time. Adulting, you know, it's I personally can find it quite challenging at times, and there is so much time pressure from work and business and ministry and family and running a household and doing errands, and I mean, there's a lot that we have to do, and it can be very easy to fill our entire schedule with doing those things. And yeah, absolutely, we need to be responsible, but we also need to find time and make time to cultivate friendships, to go out for meals with people, to have a laugh, like let your hair down and have a laugh. It's necessary, and it's actually really healing. And I have to say, I didn't realize how much I needed the weekend I just had. Somebody who I could just be completely real, raw, honest with, and just laugh. Like, I'm talking big belly laughter. It was really, really refreshing. And, you know, also I think we are multifaceted, and particularly when, you know, we play certain types of roles, we have to have a particular face on. Do you know what I mean? In terms of being responsible and being professional and everything else. However, there are times when you need to find your inner child and you need to play. You need to be silly. You need to have a laugh. And actually, you know, the Bible says laughter's medicine for the soul. And so to be cheerful, to smile and laugh is actually really, really helpful, and it's really healing. And so find people who you can do that with. Find people who you can be your authentic, real, raw and honest self with. It's really, really necessary. And in the same way, be that for somebody else as well. You know, like I said, it's two-way, it's reciprocal. Being a good friend and having a good friend. So if you haven't checked up on somebody in a little while, or you've been wondering about them, be intentional. Give them a call, drop them a text, even go and visit them. Just knock on their door if you know where they live and just say, hey, I was thinking of you. It's a really, really powerful thing when someone can say, you know, I was thinking of you and I just wanted to drop you a message. I know there are times when, you know, a couple of years ago I was going through, I feel like I was going through some stuff. Isn't that just life, right? We always go through stuff, but it was a particularly challenging season. And I remember literally on my sofa just praying to God and saying, God, I just feel like there's no one around. It's just me and woe unto me and all of that stuff. And a really good friend rang and I was too emotional to even take the call. But it was just amazing that she rang me at that time. And it was just a reminder that, you know what, Fran, there are people around. There are people who are willing to support, to love and to encourage. But also I have to let myself, or I have to open the door and I have to also allow them to be who they are in my life. If I consistently ignore, don't respond to people, intentionally shut down from them, I'm not allowing them to be a blessing in my life, and also for me to be a blessing in their life. So guys, that's your encouragement for this week. Be intentional with cultivating healthy friendships, because everybody needs somebody. You need somebody and somebody needs you. You know, you've been designed to live in relationship. You've been designed to live in communion with other people. One of the things that my sister says is we can never be us for ourselves. You know, so in the same way that I can support somebody else and encourage them, I can't always do that for myself. In the same way that I can encourage somebody or, you know, challenge and support them to make progress or to achieve certain things, I can't always do that for myself, because actually I need someone to come in and do that for me. So you can't be you for yourself. You need other people to step in. It's like pillars, isn't it? You know, you need different pillars in your life at different times, different reasons, but everybody needs somebody. So that's it for today. And in fact, no, one other thing I'll say is, even with friendship, have people in your life who are at different places, different levels, different seasons as well. So you're not always surrounded by the same type of people, the people who are further down a particular journey than you, as well as people who are not yet where you're at, because I think it's so important that even in our friendships, we support and encourage in many different ways as well. And also we almost, you know, in the friendships, mentor and support those who are following behind us, maybe just because they're younger than us as well. When I was studying, one of the things we learned about was reverse mentoring, where other than the normal, you have someone who's a lot more older, more mature, more experienced and wise teaching a younger person, you have a younger person who's perhaps more experienced in a particular field teaching an older person. And I think that sort of dynamic is really, really helpful as well. And it's growing, it's developing as well. So that's it, guys. Somebody needs you this week to support and encourage them. And, you know that as you sow, you will reap as well in all areas as well. So please go and encourage somebody else. Thanks to those who've been on the video with me this morning. Have a blessed day. And yeah, that's it. Take care. See you next week.